All right, everybody, welcome to Royal City Nursery. We're wearing our comfy gear today.
We are.
Because it's a little bit cool outside.
And whose fault is this?
It is, of course, mine. And you know what? Because it's so cold outside, we're going to talk about seating and we should not be, and then maybe we'll do in the future.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, right? So I've got our seeds organized into 3 different buckets. So if we take a peek at this bucket, this I think is your favorite bucket.
Numero uno.
Yeah.
Yes, you know me so well.
I think about you every time I pull this pot.
Oh.
Thanks. So this is we're going to seed them now stuff.
Okay.
So that includes all the tomatoes, all the peppers, eggplants, also do lettuce, spinach, do all of the greens. Not because we're waiting for a head of lettuce to show up in May, but because we actually want to have microgreens and micro leaf in 2 to 3 weeks.
Right, got it.
Right, so get your lettuce in, and you're going to sow your lettuce seeds every couple of weeks, so you've got a continual harvest. And what else is in this cool pot?
You got some peppers, tomatoes.
Peppers we mentioned a couple times.
Yes.
We're going to do broccoli, cauliflower, so all of the brassicas and all of the early things. That's going to get started now. So you're mid-February to end of February.
Okay, that's the now bucket.
That's the now bucket.
What's the next bucket,
The
Tanya?
next bucket, funny you should ask.
Bring it on down.
Is we're not going to do these inside at all bucket.
Okay, so not right now.
No, not right now. You're going to do a direct sow. And when we talk about direct sow, it means that we're actually going to wait until all this white stuff disappears. I need your help.
Okay, I'll do my best.
And then we got to wait till the soil dries up. And when we get our fingers in the soil cannot feel really, really cold to us.
Okay.
So when it's workable, when it's very slightly damp, at that point, we can get the beans, the radishes, we can get peas, carrots, we can get all of that direct in the ground, and we're going to get a decent crop.
Okay, we got a little bit of time.
We got a little bit
guy.
of time.
Yeah.
One of the ones I want to call out just for something a little different, people always ask for a flowering vegetable that gives some kind of color and interest. And I want to call out the scarlet runner bean.
Okay.
Because you get these beautiful, bright red flowers, and then you get edible pods afterwards.
Really cool. So like the visual effect as well as
Bingo.
You can actually eat it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and everything else, right?
Yeah.
So this is we're going to wait until we're going to put it in the ground bucket.
Got it. Okay.
The last bucket's the one beside you.
Bucket numero 3.
And this is a favorite of every kid.
Wow.
Big kids, little kids.
Yes.
All the kids. Yep, here we are. So all the pumpkins.
Yes.
And all the squash, the cucumbers, the melons, do not do these inside in February.
Too early.
Too early.
Okay.
These things will grow fast enough, they're going to creep up the stairs and find you.
Yes, we don't want that. We're not quite at spooky season yet.
No,
Yes,
not
that's
yet.
right.
Give me time. Give me time. Right? But this, so squashes and pumpkins should be seeded indoors end of February, early March.
Okay.
So then you've got some reasonable sized plants to go out in May.
Good.
Super, super easy,
And
right?
that's really fun. Like thinking about thinking about the pumpkins now for the future, because how fun is that to have your own pumpkins come that time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So one of the other things we need to do to get ready for seeding now is to get our seed trays. So if you want to bring that one over.
This guy over here?
Yep. And we're going to set it on top of our heat mat.
Ooh.
Because seeds, just like little people, like their tushies warm.
Yes, we do, especially this time of year.
Especially peppers.
Yes.
Right? So the seed mat, we just tuck this on. This you plug in. So you got a heat source, and then you're going to seed everything inside. But I love, love, love this tray because it's got a little bit of a flap on top.
Oh, yeah.
So we can control humidity and we can control heat. So when they're germinating, you're going to keep the louvers closed. When you've got the seeds pop up and you need a little bit more air, open them up. And that's going to prevent root rot.
Okay.
Right? So super easy. You also want to make sure that you're using the appropriate soil. And we are needing to use a proper soil for seeding. So it's really, really light, lots of organic matter. But because it's so light, it's phenomenal for getting those little itty bitty brand new root hairs through.
Okay.
So we establish our seeds a little bit faster. And if we can do an organic fertilizer like this one, the seed starting mix, right? We talked about up, down, and all around.
Yep, up, down, all around. One of my favorite things. I think I still just say that from time to time, and it has no meaning towards.
Here we go. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we are doing a little bit of fertilizing once every week, once every couple of weeks. And again, once you're going to put your lid on, so you got a little bit of a greenhouse. Once you get the germination going, you're either going to open up the louvers, or if you don't have louvers,
manual.
Then, we're just going to take some stakes. Ooh, we're not going to make it that big a mess today.
Also, please note the colors. They are Easter-themed colors that I noticed right away.
It's coming. So just by doing that, we still get a little bit of a greenhouse effect, but now we get some airflow moving through. So we keep our seedlings happy and healthy.
So cool. Okay, but before I let you go,
okay,
I have to ask you, out of all of these things, or maybe one that's not here, what are you most excited to plant this year in this family?
Truly, the scarlet runner beans.
Ooh, okay.
I am a sucker for anything that has 2 or 3 purposes.
Yeah.
Right? So this one, it climbs the trellis, which is great. So now I get some privacy. I get some color. Really good for hummingbirds. Phenomenal for hummingbirds. And then I get something edible out of it, too.
See, that's what I mean. Always listen to Tanya. Come pick that up right now. And seed, and then don't seed, and then also be waiting.
You got it. We'll talk soon.